Look, I'm gonna just be brief. Just know that my perspective on things is finally evolving. There's been plenty of changes, but changes always seems to be of things that's inevitable. When really, I'm not seeing them changes, not because I'm not making forward, and I'm not then acknowledging what needs to be adjusted. I say at this point in my life, right now, that a big decision, matter of fact, it's not even a decision, more of like, this is the things that then now, where I believe that my channel, my content, my catalog, me as of other things, that then now I have to take closer look now and realize that the very own things that I'm gonna just say I had my sides on it, and I'm very particular about when bringing up certain situations and not then going to the source. And sometimes, in some cases, saying the source seems so easy, when the fact that you the one that got to make that point, you got the one that got to make that move, you got to be the one to then make that effort. Therefore, if you're gonna ask those questions, then be prepared of then now knowing not just only just the truth, but reality is there's facts. Facts and truth, they go hand in hand, but yet when you then want to then put in truth, then you having to realize then it's not just only but then the understanding between two individuals or more, but then now realizing, now you having to then now have the chance of then now realizing, now you get to have somebody thoughts, you get to have somebody speak on certain things now, then not just speaking from then somebody said this and you heard it from somebody else type of thing. And I would go in depth with this at some probable time. And right now, it ain't the time for that. It's definitely not the time for that. But at this point in time, I do want to say at the fact that I just want to make something clear. And I want something to be now, finally, it get that scope. And there's no edits. There's no other voices, or at least myself, so to speak. And with that being said, I just also want to then now include, for starters, nothing was ever wrong holding the truths, holding things that then now what you only can then sum up as just an experience. But really and deep down, when peoples and places and things start to cultivate, you can't help but to be passionate. You can't help but to then now rehash a fiasco with such and such that night, and then y'all woke up during the morning meeting up again the day after, just to go link up and then go chill or do whatever, or simply just to say you go call up a friend and then you want to go put them on something that then now for them it's not just only just some like a quote, you need to tighten up type of thing because I'm doing this. No, it's a simple fact, realizing like as I continue on, I just want to just say that the fact that from this point, and if not my channel, rather where it's at this point in time, but for what's to come near, I see this channel, a channel of where one, it's not just only my ideas, my perspective, my outlook, and quote unquote my virtues. And with that being added, matter of fact, there's no introducing. There's nothing for me to introduce if I'm having to then now share that. So in this light, I am then now realizing for the first time in 25 years since I've been here, since I've been here alive, that the very own thing that I've literally, as many of us can talk from and many of us that then can explain that, but the thing that I've had issues with, this is now the point where what am I going to do differently? And what are then now the things that when meeting it and this different or doing differently, am I then going to be able to then now just say, all right, you know what? At this point in time, I pretty much got what I want, and I'm going to just keep it moving. Or I realize, I say, you know what? I know I ain't got control of this. I know this ain't just only me. I know my hands and my feet and my body and my mind is not only on this on as such as what is to, be inserted. But things about to change, and not just only changing because I said it, not because of just this something that I'm trying to correlate, but real change has already been made. Now it's just time for me to no longer be afraid of that, because as I said, now for the 25 years I've been here, I realized, like, dog, I've been tired of realizing, bruh, I know that I can be living for somebody else. I know that I can then, if I don't want to do it for me, I don't care about me, then do it for the next person. But instead, when having that perspective be now enhanced and redefined, now I can say, you know what, by God and His strength and through my experience, cultivate then now when of course, not just only reading the Bible, don't get it twisted, but listening to others and realizing things that I'm doing as of right now as I speak. Am I then realizing now, or am I ready to take on then that role to realize that I can then now I can reshape the course of somebody's future that's about 15 years old. 15 years old. And the very own things that then now would seem like that's cliche and sometimes it kind of sound a little woo-woo, because it seemed like everybody got a truth until somebody then know that they right. But I'm talking about as far as the course can now be broadened a little bit. There could be space. There can be a sense of leverage. Now then, not only just how gotta I put it, like on 2K. And if I'm creating a character, right, I don't need to go to Chris Paul, I don't need to go to Jamal Crawford, I don't need to even go to LeBron package. Nah, the package you got is then now this one of those presets. Because this was not in there. This was not at all in that. You couldn't find it. You couldn't locate it. You couldn't even say it. It didn't even look real. And what does this got to do with me? Right? What does this really got to do with me? To be continued.